Welcome back to Brandon Parnes Hour Fun. I am here with, I'm going to say it, one of my best friends in the world, even though we rarely get to see each other or talk to each other. My friend Justin Willman is here.
Hi, Brandon.
How are you doing, Justin?
We met once. We're fast friends. We were electronic friends, and then we met in person and hit it off. That's always nice when that happens, isn't it?
It's amazing when that happens.
Yeah.
Justin has a brand new, first ever debut Comedy Central special airing tonight, April 6th. Justin's going to be on at midnight with an idol of mine, Chris Hardwick,
Yes.
right before the show.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And Doug Benson
Doug-
will be on at midnight with me as well.
Another one of my favorite people.
Look at that. And Doug Benson's also in my Comedy Central special that's airing after at midnight. See, somebody must have thought about this booking, and they looped it all together very nicely.
Yes, I remember seeing the lineup. It was going to be you and Doug, and I told my dad, "Hey, Justin's going to be on with Doug," and he's like, "Yes, that's great." And my dad's going to try and...
Is your dad a Doug Benson fan?
Because we had a comedy radio station here for a while, and he used to listen to him on the comedy radio station, and when Doug Benson came here, he came with me to see Doug Benson, so...
Oh, very nice.
So he loves Doug, and he loves you, of course. And
and I love your dad. It's a love triangle story.
it is.
Yeah.
Let me just pull up my notes here.
Okay.
And so you're on the Fake Belief tour right now.
I'm on the fake. Well, I'm in my backyard right now.
Well,
I'm talking to you, but when I'm not in my backyard, I am on tour pretty perpetually, and the tour is called the Fake Belief Tour. Doing a lot of comedy clubs and theaters that's around, and it's like a kind of a magic comedy mashup, magic comedy improv mashup, and it's been a lot of fun. I know you caught the show last fall, was it?
yeah, yes,
When I was at William Jewell,
Yes.
we had some good old times.
yes.
And then the special Slide 'em Out is kind of a TV version of that tour, kind of a TV version of my live show.
Yeah.
Where I got a chance to kind of to dabble in all the little different genres of magic that I like to, and kind of roll it all into one half-hour extravaganza.
Yes. And, so Fake Belief Tour, you were just at this time of this. Well, actually, you're going to be. You're going to be at this time of we're recording, but when this airs, you were just at WonderCon in Anaheim. How was
yesterday, WonderCon, it was wonderful.
It was wonderful. And, of course, we're speaking in future terms.
Yes. Yeah, I caught on to what you were going for there.
Because this is actually April Fool's Day, so April Fool's, everybody. Justin's not really here.
But WonderCon is, I feel like it's a good match for me because I think really what magic comes down to is it's the art of sharing wonder, you know?
Exactly.
We live in a day and age where I think people are a little numb to wonder. Like, we have so much at our fingertips. We have anything we want. We can Google anything. We can watch any video on our phone. Somebody tells us something, we can look it up. I mean, like, our world is so wonderful that I think it's also simultaneously made us numb to wonder. Like, we're kind of jaded. We're so, desensitized to awesomeness. So as a magician, I love getting a chance to try to restore people's wonder. And WonderCon, of course, is full of wonder. So it was a wondergasm.
Or it will be a wondergasm.
Indeed.
Again, future tense. Speaking of wonder, Band of Magicians, we've had Justin Flom and Nate Staniforth on the show. Gonna try and get James Galea soon. Just a brief kind of idea of what is Band of Magicians.
So Band of Magicians is, four magicians who are all kind of the similar generation of magic, I guess you could say. Four guys who all, one, don't look like magicians, look like dudes who happen to know some cool magic tricks, who all just we all have a similar taste in magic. We don't like to be overly showy. We want to keep it real. We like to be relatable. And we like to do badass magic. And this is a chance for four of us to join forces. Typically, we're all touring solo, we're solo performers, that's the deal, but we wanted to try to put together a show so that after the show, you don't just go back to your hotel room alone and think about, was it good? You get to go back and hang with your bros and tell each other, yeah, that was awesome, that was a blast.
And speaking of bros, I wasn't actually going to talk about it, but since you said the word bro, I just want to briefly get your opinion, very briefly. I know you kind of know this person well. I've never met him, but I love this person. Neil Patrick Harris hosted the Oscars.
Yes, he did.
And you kind of know him from the Magic circuit.
Yeah, Neil was the president of the Magic Castle out here in LA and a big supporter of Magic in general.
Yeah.
He's super cool and a hero of mine in that he is a true Renaissance man, a true variety man. He likes to do a little bit of everything. You can't, label Neil as one thing.
Exactly.
And I love that.
And how do you think he did with the Oscars?
I mean, it's a rough gig.
Yeah, definitely.
The Oscars, tough crowd, please. I think he did well keeping the show together. There were some great highlights. Neil's performances as the Tony host, I feel it's almost like you can tell he's more at home.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a little more comfortable.
Definitely.
I guess that's his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
The Oscars, I know, was a dream for him, pretty cool to cross that off the bucket list.
Yeah, and he did the nice prediction at the end, which I thought was sweet.
It was pretty sweet, pretty cool trick. Well done, well pulled off. I wish people received it better, but
Same here.
What can you do? That's the thing with Magic, man. You really don't know how it's going to be received and how it's going to go over until you do it. And of course, it's not like you can go around practicing the Oscar prediction trick.
Yeah, exactly. So, you met John Mayer once. You said this in your live show that I saw. You met John Mayer, and you were like, "Gotta do a trick for him." But you were so nervous, you dropped all the cards on the floor. And
I dropped all the cards, and I was like, "Gravity," and then I picked up the cards and did the trick. But yeah, even after all these years, man, I still get the jitters, and there's something about when you're performing, like when you're sharing what you do as your art with somebody whose art you really appreciate. You kind of like, you want to create a mutual respect. You love what they do so much, and you want to share what you do with them, and it can give you the jitters.
Yes, and so you have a John Mayer song in your show, and we actually played that John Mayer song. We played Gravity earlier in the show. Because you do it in your levitating. Well, now it's a levitating bar stool.
Now it is a bar stool. Correct.
Because it used to be a table. Now it's a bar stool.
Used to be a table. Updated it.
Yes.
Updated, changed, backdated. Exactly.
Yeah. And so I'm going to name the other songs we played, and you're going to tell me why I played them really quick. Just kind of a fun game. Cousins by Vampire Weekend.
That was a song for my demo video for years.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Correct.
I love that song.
Correct.
ING, fast pay, easy to cut to.
Yes. And Message in a Bottle by The Police.
Yes, I do a trick in my show with a message in a bottle, and I play that song a couple times, and it's just a badass song.
It is a badass song. I'm trying to think of the other one. Animals by Neon Trees.
Animals by Neon Trees. That was in another video of mine, I think, my hosting reels for a little while.
But also it was in your pre-show.
And in my pre-show, yes.
I know things, Justin.
In my pre-show, when people are coming and sitting down, I like to put a bunch of my favorite songs in there and just make. So the problem is that I then take what was my favorite song and then I hear it all the time as I'm getting set up for a show.
So
it tends to be so now when I hear that, there's certain songs that when I hear, my body kind of tenses up because I feel like I'm about to do a show.
Yeah,
it's like a Pavlov dog thing.
And lastly, I'm Yours by Jason Mraz.
Yeah, well, I went on tour with Jason Mraz a couple years ago.
At the height of that song, when that song was so popular, you were touring with him.
Yeah, it was good timing on my part.
Yes. And so right now, what we are going to do is talk a little bit about Slide of Mouth.
Yeah.
We will have to go to commercial really quick, but we can intro it by saying that there's a bunch of great special guests in it.
Yeah, Doug Benson's in there, Paul Shear's in there. Both are super funny. Both I got a chance to kind of form an impromptu magic duo with, which was great. It's some of the best parts of my act that I'm really proud of put on stage. And we get to do a bunch of these little single camera kind of cinematic vignettes that I really love doing that I did in my Magic Meltdown web series on the Nerdist channel back in the day. I really like doing these little clips that have no edits in them. so that YouTube commenters can chill out a little bit. You know, whenever you have an edit, people on YouTube are like, he edited. There's a cut there.
Yes.
And they instantly don't trust the magic. So I wanted to do a bunch of things where there's no cuts, so they can't say anything but enjoy it.
And magicians who... Oh, you were going to say something?
No, I was going to... You go ahead, my friend.
Okay, so magicians will know who I'm talking about, but there's actually a little cameo, I think, in one of the vignettes, because I got to see the special.
Yes.
And it's great. There's a cameo, and in the show as well, by a magician I'm a great fan of, Blake Voigt.
Indeed. Blake Voigt is an awesome young magician who helped me create a lot of the magic for the special.
And he makes a couple...
He was our head magic writer.
Oh,
and,
awesome.
Guru, so we come up with an idea, Blake figures out a way to do it. And he's just the awesomest, one of my best buddies, and super fun to have around. So he makes a couple cameos as my right-hand man.
And
it's a good Easter egg to look out for.
Hopefully I'm going to try and get him on the show and talk a little bit about the magic behind the special as well. We're going to be right back with more of the Brandon Parnes Hour Fun. Welcome back to the Brandon Parnes Hour Fun. I'm here with one of my best friends in the world, Justin Willman.
Hello, Brandon.
Okay, delayed reaction. Awesome. So,
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I was like, yeah, that's right, we're recording.
Yeah.
He's talking to me. Yeah, it's good to be here, and really cool to get a chance to talk to your listeners on the day that my Comedy Central special airs.
Slide 'em Out.
Timing on your part, yeah.
Yes, Slide 'em Out airs tonight on Comedy Central at 11:30 Central, 12:30 everywhere else. And
I will be on at midnight right before it, so you can get an hour of me. Hopefully that's not more than you want.
Trust me, everybody, if they don't like you, they're not listening to the show, because I talk about you a lot on the show.
Thanks, buddy.
In the best way possible. So, as we mentioned in the segment before, you got Paul Scheer, Blake Voigt, Doug Benson. So a lot of great people on the show. Is there one moment in the show that just kind of stands out to you that you can't wait for people to see?
You know, the last bit on the show is it's a version of a classic magic premise called the roulette, basically, and I'm really proud of that bit. I feel like we got a chance to really combine like a really cool classic magic premise and make it really fresh. And it's about how much technology we use these days and how quickly disposable these things are. You know, you get the new phone, a couple months later, the newer phone comes out.
Exactly.
The old phone is crap now. We burn through stuff so quick. So there's a chance to use magic, I think, to make a statement about that in a way that I'm proud of, and I think people will dig it.
Yeah, and it's
at the very end. That's the closer.
Yeah, and it's funny because we were talking about music earlier, and that was a great choice of music to end, to do that whole thing with. It used the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, thank you. That classic
bit.
Yeah, so that made the bit almost take a little political, pro-American, depending on how you look at it, stance.
But it was...
And make it, just kind of funny.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I tweeted out, I don't know if you saw this tweet, because the Kids' Choice Awards were like a weekend or two ago at the time of this airing. And sadly, Cupcake Wars lost. Favorite reality show. It did. Bummer. It lost to Dance Moms, which doesn't make any sense. Cupcake Wars is more friendly than Dance Moms to kids, I think.
Well, Dance Moms is where, Maddie was discovered. So.
Yeah, so that probably has a lot to do with it.
Exactly.
So, but I tweeted out saying, man, because the Kids' Choice Awards this year used a lot of popular music, like just kind of...
yes, it reminded you of a Justin Willman show.
Yeah, I said the Kids' Choice Awards has more music used than a Justin Willman show. So
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
and I hope it would. But I'm glad that reminded you of me.
Yeah, almost everything reminds me of you. Because
now it's getting a little weird, Brandon.
No, I mean like in the
listeners.
I mean the cool way. It's like,
cool
because you're I can't believe I get to call you a friend.
Buddy. In a fun bromance way.
In a fun bromance way, indeed. So, we're going to let you go. Thanks
for taking the time to chat, buddy, and I hope everyone tunes in and gets it. I look forward to hearing what people think.
Hashtag Slide 'em Out, and also, I want to give you a very special honor on the show.
What's that?
I want you to choose the next song. You name a song, and I will play it next.
You should play Wagon Wheel by Old Crow Medicine Show.
Old Crow Medicine Show Wagon Wheel?
That is a song that I very often will play in the car to put me in a good mood.
Okay, well, I've never heard that song, but I will play it because I love you. I do.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
So, Justin Willman, everybody. Hashtag Slide Him Out. Slide Him Out airs tonight on Comedy Central. He will appear at midnight, right before. Justin Willman, everybody.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
Thanks for the round of applause from one.
Yes.
Standing ovation from you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Justin Willman, everybody. I want to thank him for coming on the show. It turns out this is actually our second time recording him, but the first time his audio didn't turn out well. But this time my audio isn't usually as crisp as it usually is. But stuff happens sometimes. But here is Justin's request. This is Old Crow Medicine Show with Wagon Wheel. Here we go.